SLAPP Act. Okay? The SLAPP Act is very interesting. Stopping lawless actions of politicians. It has been introduced in the House of Representatives by a congressman named Todd Rokita from Indiana. And it would do this. If signed into law, those who refuse to enforce immigration laws, federal immigration laws, such as those in sanctuary cities, could face up to 5 years in prison and $1 million fine. That means mayors, sheriffs, city council members, all of that. Maybe even Governor Jerry Brown in California. Let's bring in Congressman Rokita, who's on the phone from Capitol Hill. Hey, Congressman, what I want to do here is, look, we're sympathetic, and I think most of my audience is sympathetic to this law and case law. But tell us how the process works. You came up with the law, all right? It's a nice, snappy SLAPP Act moniker on it. You got to get a co-sponsor, right? What happens then?
Hey, Bill. It's even more than that, and sort of less than that. I don't have to get any co-sponsors. I mean, I could technically get it if it's regular order in the committee. Judiciary, I think, has responsibility here, jurisdiction, or if leadership likes it enough, you can go right to the floor and get passed. But the best, short of those two things, the best way to get traction on this bill is to get co-sponsors. And so I put out a Dear Colleague letter at the time that I dropped the bill asking for others to join me on the bill. And I've gotten a lot of good interest so far. The best thing that could happen, honestly, and I thank you for having me on. In fact, in listening to your opening monologue there, I'm reminded I need to get a subscription myself. I thought that was terrific.
Good. Well, we'll get Congressman. We're going to give you a BillO'Reilly.com premium membership so you can listen in every night. But you,
no,
there is sympathy.
And so what your listeners need to do is call their congressman, call all congressmen, and say, hey,
we want this bill
to be, yeah.
Okay.
Because then when leadership sees the number of co-sponsors and it gets to 100 or so, then they say, hey, well, this thing has traction. If they're co-sponsoring it, they're likely going to vote for it. That could be good. And that's how the beginning of the snowball starts.
All right. Does it have to go into a committee, or can you just put it right out there if the Speaker of the House says, I like it? Because he's the guy you got to convince. You got to get him on your side, right?
And Kevin McCarthy, the full majority leader,
right,
controls the floor. So there's leadership. If it's really hot, that could happen. But the committee process is okay. It's what we call regular order. And committee has reached out to me and said, hey, we're interested in this. Give us some more details. So that's a good sign. Again, it's only dropped Friday afternoon. So we're
Which committee has reached out to you?
Judiciary, which would be the committee of jurisdiction. So
okay. So if the Judiciary Committee likes it and they say yes, you're not going to get any Democrats to vote for this. I mean, the lobby on the immigrant lobby is just too strong. So very few Democrats would support it. So it's really up to the House leadership to get this on the floor. Okay, we'll say that happens. Let's say it happened. It happened in case law, all right? And you guys pass case law. You'll pass the SLAPP Act. Then it dies in the Senate, though, right?
Well, that's the reason I'm running for the Senate. That's a whole other discussion. But, we got to start where we got to start. And I like the House because we have members that are willing to lay down on train tracks and get things done. And the only way you change the Senate is sometimes by most of the time, actually, is by embarrassing them.
But one of the problems with Kate's law was Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell wouldn't put it up for a standalone vote. Harry Reid, the loathsome former senator from Nevada, he killed it first time around, but once the Republicans took over, McConnell could have put Kate's law up for a standalone vote. Anytime he wanted, he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I can't speak to that, but it doesn't mean it's over. And with the Kate's law and this law, the SLAPP Act, which is a follow-on to Kate's law. Of course, Kate's law is when we defunded or kept back funding for sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities, of course, being those cities that harbor illegal criminal immigrants. And this is a follow-on to that. That actually this puts the Jerry Browns, the San Francisco County sheriffs, the San Francisco mayors, other sanctuary city politicians, in jail, charges them with a felony.
I can't imagine. If it does get through the House, And we'll follow it every step of the way. And I hope you let us know everything that happens, because I think my audience is very interested in this. If it were ever to happen that it passed the Senate and President Trump signed it into law, I mean, Jerry Brown, the governor of the largest state in the union, would be in trouble. I mean, he's defying federal law by signing a bill that says California's a sanctuary state. We're not going to obey federal law. So
Yeah.
it's a major, monumental piece of legislation, and I'm glad you're behind it. Again, we're urging everybody that listens to us to get in touch with your congressman. Tell him to co-sponsor Todd Rokita's bill. And
The SLAP Act.
Right, the SLAP Act. And we'll see where it goes. And we really appreciate it, Congressman. Thanks very much.